Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be my July TBR, aka the books that I'm hoping to read in the month of July. We're continuing the summer. Let me tell you, that's going to be kind of hectic next month because I have so many challenges that I'm hoping to do. Life in general is kind of hectic right now. If I seem on edge, it's because I am. My fire alarm was beeping and freaked me out because one, 4 cats in this house. Two, I had a small electrical fire a couple years ago, so I'm terrified. And I was really worried. So I went through the whole place, touched every outlet because I was afraid there was another fire or something. And I think it's just because it's 90% humidity. And we've had a lot of smoke from the wildfires in Canada. So I'm hoping that that's why. Yeah, I'm very freaked out. Anyway, it started beeping while I was looking for this book, The Memory Police, which is the book that we chose on Patreon for our monthly book club, and I can't find it. Listen, is this a sign that it's a bad choice? I don't know, but I will find it. I like the cover. I bought it last year, and it's kind of dystopian-ish, so I thought it would be on my sci-fi shelves, but can't find it. I will, hopefully in time. Otherwise, I'll rent it for the library or something. Not rent, borrow it from the library. From what I know, this is kind of dystopian. I believe this woman is living on an island and people are losing memories of things one by one, hence Memory Police. And I was told it's very character driven and it takes a little while to get into, but I have been very much in a dystopian mood. So yeah, I need to find it though. I swear the most I'm struggling in my day-to-day life, the more I lose my books. I've really noticed this with Booktube. It's when things are not going well, I can't find my books all the time. So yeah, that will be the first one we're reading. The second one is our classic for the month of July, August, and it is our chunkiest one, I think. It's chunky. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. I am terrified of this because I've only read 2 Russian classics, one of them being Crime and Punishment, and I didn't finish it. So it's not going good, but I've heard that his books are really readable, and even though it is on the chunkier side, it's an easy read, and I feel like I've seen a movie. We kind of know a little bit, the quote, about families. So I feel like I have a good feeling about this one. I think it's going to be enjoyable. I do also have access to an audiobook from the library, so I probably will flip-flop or something and figure out which way works best for me. But I'm actually excited. I do want to conquer my fear of Russian classics. So this is going to be the one, hopefully, that will fix it. Clawdia. This little demon loves the microphone. She loves it. You're the worst. Look how big she is. She's a killer. Look at them paws. Crazy. You're so dangerous though. Stop looking at the microphone. Next, I was saying how I'm hoping to do too many challenges. I feel like during the summer I get a little too enthusiastic. It doesn't help that it has not been sunny. I haven't seen the sun in days. I couldn't even go outside yesterday because poisonous air. So I'm inside enjoying the reading, I guess, but no beach Wow. The French accent sometimes. So the challenges I'm hoping to do. First one, my read it or unhaul it, which is probably everyone's favorite challenge because of course the one that hurts the most is the one that everyone likes. Don't get me wrong, I do like it too. I feel like last month went a little too well because I only read one book. It was chunky, but only one. And it was the kitten edition, so I only got to use one of the cats. So we're going to do... Ow! Okay, she likes the sound. I'm gonna stop moving. This is why I never wear dresses without pants anymore. So yes, I'm gonna start the month because it went well last month. So even though it wasn't super eventful for the reading vlog, for me it was pleasant. So we're gonna do it again. And since she's the next one to choose, it's probably gonna be something I will want to unhaul. So it's gonna be fun for the vlog. So, following this, I'm realizing I didn't grab them, but we're gonna keep this a surprise. The second challenge I'm hoping to do is linked to that, but not really. Since my goal this year is to clean up my shelves a little bit, I've already done this challenge, I've already done my official unhaul video of the year. I do want to continue getting rid of books that don't represent my taste because I noticed that my shelves don't necessarily represent my taste. So one of the things I wanted to do is a read it and unhaul it, or like a read it until it pisses me off. It's a working title. But I have a few books that since I've bought them sometimes years ago, you guys have noticed them on my shelves and have told me, you know what, knowing your taste now, I don't think you're going to enjoy this. Often fantasy that are kind of sexist with like pointless essay scenes. So I have made a shelf in the corner over there that has all those questionable books, and I will be reading them until they piss me off. Hopefully, I guess I enjoy them. That would be nice. I mean, I did buy them hoping I would like them, but also hopefully I get rid of a couple ones because they are questionable. I don't really want them on my shelf. So I don't know about you, but I do struggle about getting rid of books that I haven't even tried. And I want to be able to actually let you know why I don't like them, because if you asked me and I didn't even try them before I got rid of them, I feel like I lost the opportunity to do that. So hence the read it until it pisses me off. One of them will be When Q84 by Murakami. After reading Norwegian Wood last year, which made it to my worst books of the year, I said never again, but I have this one on my shelves and like, it's so iconic. I've seen that like the spine everywhere, so I feel like I have to at least give it a shot before I get rid of it. So I will be doing that hopefully in July. I'm saying hopefully because officially during the summer, I usually also do my pile of shame challenge, which I don't know if I'm going to do. I might flip-flop. It will depend because I also want to read books that I want to read. But in August or July, I will do my pile of shame challenge too. And that one, for anyone who doesn't know, it's me trying to finish books that I started sometimes years ago. And this is where I need your help. So my question is, should I focus on the books that I started years ago? I'm thinking City of Brass, which I started, I looked it up, July 2018. I was about 50% into it when I gave up on it, and my question is, should I go with the older ones like this one, which I would have to start from the beginning because it's been too long, or should I focus on the ones that I started in the last year or two, trying to finish them, since I don't have to necessarily start over because it's so recent that I remember. Like I'm thinking Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I started this one January 1st because I wanted to start the year on the right foot. I'm about 30% into it. I've been like that for months. So, you know, what should I do? I had started this one too. Also Brandon Sanderson. That could be a Brandon Sanderson book reading vlog. The Last Middle. I feel like I'm gonna like this, but pile of shame. I wasn't super far into that one, but like, I feel like I should focus on the more recent ones now that I'm saying that out loud. I feel like it would be quicker and more satisfying. I'm afraid that if I go back towards the older ones, I gave them up for a good reason, and if I do too many negative videos with the read it and on haul it, I'll get in a reading slump. Am I overthinking this? Maybe. But let me know in the comment section. Next, I do want to also enjoy myself. And one of my challenges this year is to finish series. And I'm currently reading this one, so I'm going to finish it in July, and I'm hoping to continue. And it is The Story of a New Name, which is book 2 after My Brilliant Friend. This is the Neapolitan quartet. I always make that mistake. So I'm hoping to read these. These are like literary fiction, maybe contemporaries, historical fiction. It's happening in a small neighborhood in Italy. You're following the life story of these two girls who were friends their whole lives, and they have a complicated relationship. I swear, sometimes I get vibes of like, is she jealous of her, or does she want to be with her? But yes, their life is just absolutely awful. They're from a really small place, and like women usually just get married, have babies, that are deeply unhappy, and there's domestic violence and all that fun stuff. So yeah, currently in book 2, they are like 18, 17, 18. So yeah, these books make me sad, but I can't put them down. I need to see what's going to happen. And yeah, I started book 2. I'm still enjoying it and deeply hurt. These I feel like are really good for the summer too. Like summer read 100%. Right now, one of the characters is at the beach. So like, I wish I could, but no, smoke inside the house. Speaking of series, I've mentioned them a million times in my summer TBR and everything, but I do want to finish these other series or catch up to them. So Jade War, we have The Fire Vengeance. I have a million of them, so I just want to try and continue them, but they're chunky and I have a million challenges, so we'll see. If I get to Depressito from all of these books, I did put one of the wholesome one, but again, in my summer TBR, I had a couple ones. This one I forgot to include, so I'm including it here. This is the Miracles of the Namiya General Store, which is a Japanese book written by the same author that I've read, a really disturbing murder mystery. And this one is a wholesome one. So a little bit of magical realism, I believe. You have these 3 delinquents that are locked inside the store overnight, and they get messages of the past owners or something, and like it's supposed to be wholesome. People said it was good, and I decided to read that because if the author can write disturbing murder mysteries and then something wholesome, I want to try it. The kittens are finally tired. They're sleeping on the floor. Let me grab my phone and show you. They're huge. I do still want to read some nonfiction. It has been a struggle this year. Last year I did so well, and I feel like I'm just struggling this year. I've DNF'd a couple to get returned to the library before I finished them. Actually, I was currently reading Why Women Have Better Sex Under Socialism, something like that, and super catchy title, right? I have never seen anyone talk about this book. I was just looking at my library every beginning of the year, the last 2 years. That's what I've done. I went on their website, I looked at all the nonfiction books that they have and just added all the other books that sounded interesting to my waiting list. And this one, I was like, yeah, and it's like 5 or 6 hours. Unfortunately, got returned before I could finish it. I just have not been listening to much audiobooks, so I will get it back. There are like 5 people before me. Hopefully it's not because I mentioned it, because I will stop mentioning the books I'm reading, but it sounds cool. It was interesting. The author, how was she saying that? She was saying that she was exploring the intersection between feminism and socialism, and so far it was really interesting. It's not just about sex. It's just, you know, about how, you know, when women have actually more rights, they tend to have better sex. Crazy. She had stats, disturbing stats for... yeah. So yes, that's the one I really want to finish, but I've been mentioning nonstop that I want to read this. I'm terrified of it, okay? I'm just going to be honest. I'm terrified of this because I know it's going to break me. I know I'm going to cry, and I am not ready to. This is like self-therapy, and I'm not ready for it. This is Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents, How to Heal from Distant, Rejecting, and Self-Involved Parents. This is the kind of books you would have to hide from your parents if you have still contact with them, because can you imagine you invite your parents and this is like on the coffee table and they're like, do you want to discuss something with me? Actually, even if you have friends over, they're gonna be like, me too. Yes, it's really short, but I feel like every time I mention that I want to read this, I get a million comments being like, oh, that book destroyed me. And I'm like, I feel like it's gonna be the same and I can't do it right now, but this summer, Emily, one day you need a good cry. I literally have not cried since the video I did of books that you recommended to me and that made trying to make myself cry, and only one worked, but it did. Which, by the way, there's a vlog about one more recommendation of that coming this month. I'm gonna keep it a secret this month or next month. But yes, those are the main ones. Library-wise, though, is there anything else in case it starts, you know, being sunny and I can go on walks outside? I would love to listen to more audiobooks. I'm currently listening to How High We Go in the Dark, which is a post-apocalyptic book. I am fully back in a post-apocalyptic mood. I have been reading them nonstop. I was just so sick of reading the same thing, but they were all like military pew-pew, beating up and raping people, and it was not my thing. And even though I have enjoyed some of them that had those things too, they were just completely different vibes. So I'm back on it, and this one is a bit more chill so far. I don't remember what the summary looks like, but I'm 20% into it, and so far you're following the spread of a new disease that mainly currently affects children. I think they're thinking that it's going to start affecting adults too. And one point of view is this man that is working at a like roller coaster place. I don't remember the name in English, but it's basically for the children to just yeah, that's what I'm currently listening to. Not, yeah, totally normal stuff. I really like dark books, but describing them is just, yeah. I still have Know My Name on my TBR from library. I don't know if anyone else has had that issue with Libby. I love Libby, but they stopped putting books on pause until you say yes. They would just put them and like remove them when I didn't say yes fast enough or no. So I had to put all my books back on the list. This is so annoying. The Measure, which is it considered fantasy or sci-fi? Either way, you have these 8 people that have to make a choice of knowing how many years they have left, which, would you? Would you? I feel like I would have so much anxiety over not knowing at that point that like, tell me, but I don't want to know. So overall, just a terrible idea for me. Although I would know if I would die in a house fire today. Can you imagine? It gives you the date and it's today. That would be my luck. I also had The Seven Moons of Malish Almeida. And it's about the the civil war in Sri Lanka, which I don't know anything else. I just wanted to try something different because I don't read the books that wins these prizes very much. I'm trying to basically find other prizes, other lists to read from than the Goodreads Choice Award, which I think it's fun. I'll probably still do it loosely every year if I've read enough books, but clearly it has not been working for me. I'm thinking about going for like Nebula prizes or like these kind of prizes that are like sci-fi fantasy. I think I'm gonna have a better time going through those. Maybe like the best of the best over the years, try them, do little fun videos about them. I think that's gonna be more successful for me than the Booker Prize, but the cover caught my eye and I was like, you know what? I never tried to read, I don't know if it's considered literary fiction or historical fiction, but I don't read a ton of those and that cover called my name. I'm not a big fan of like these vague ones, but the colors are just appealing. I read too many books that are just black. Okay, me and my poofy hair. Is it that bad? I don't think it's that bad. I did put hairspray trying to. I feel like one day, very soon, in a vlog, you're gonna see me lose it and cut my hair myself because I need desperately to do it. I cannot stand it anymore, but I don't have a hairdresser that lives anywhere close, so I think I'm just gonna do it myself. You're gonna see it on the thumbnail whenever I just crack and do it. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna go ahead and do a house tour again because I'm freaking out right now. I literally broke my nail trying to like grab the fire alarm and like remove the battery before my neighbors freak out. So that's it. This was my fun, relaxing TBR. I hope you're having a better time than me. I really want to know what you're planning on reading during the summer because I feel like summer, it doesn't feel like summer. Yes, I'm sweating buckets right now, but I haven't seen the sun in days. And like the few days that it was sunny, there was so much smoke that I couldn't really go outside. Like my alarm on my phone was like, don't go. It's hazardous. I hate not being able to pronounce a name. I really dislike not being able to pronounce something.
Hazardous.
Hazardous. Why does it sound so simple when they say it's the H? It's the H.
Hazardous. Hazardous.
They're not even pronouncing the beginning. What the heck? It's not my fault. Slow.
Hazardous.
Hazardous. Why does it sound dumb when I say it?
Hazardous.
Hazardous. There you go. It was purple on my phone, okay? That's all you need to know. So that's it. I'm gonna go check every outlet, go cry a little bit, and relax. The cats at least are not freaked out anymore. They freaked out when the alarm was on. Poor babies. That's probably why they're sleeping now. So I'm gonna see you in a different video soon, okay? Bye. More videos on the screen. Check them out.